Hey, Turning Dirt and Wrenches here, and this afternoon we're going to work on this 1996 Dodge pickup truck, and we're going to try to do a DIY front end alignment. So we'll see how this goes. I've never done this before. This is just the way I thought to do it in my head with the tools that I have, so we'll see if it actually works. But it pulls to the passenger side when you drive. And I know the toe end's good because I already checked that, and there's no worn ball joints or anything. It's been doing this for a while, and it's just kind of annoying. So I'm thinking it's either an imbalance between the camber or the caster, and those are a lot harder to test, but I've got an idea. So let's get it set up, and then I'll explain to you how I'm going to try to test these and set them. Okay, I'll show you what my plan is. So I've got the truck leveled as best that I can. Now, your caster is the difference between the bottom ball joint and the top ball joint or pivot point, the difference like this. So normally you want it swept back a little bit so that your upper ball joint is farther behind your lower ball joint. And then when you turn your wheel like this, you're going to see it start to tip like that. And it helps with cornering and helps with centering your vehicle. The steering wheel wants to go back to center. Kind of like how the little wheels on the front of a shopping cart, are always pointing in a certain direction when you're moving forward, or if you turn, then they turn. Basically, you're doing the same thing in a very small amount on your vehicle, and that helps stabilize it and keep it going straight. And the way I've devised to measure that is I'm going to rotate the wheel so far this way, and I will measure to the A-arm from the tire to the A-arm and get it, whatever measurement. I'm not going to turn it the whole way because the gearbox might not be perfectly straight to where it turns exactly the same amount each way. So I'm just going to turn it part way, take a measurement, and then I'll put my angle finder on the hub here and see what angle I'm at. Then I'm going to go to the other side and rotate that side the same way, make sure the measurement's the same, check the angle. Then once that's done, we are going to check your camber, which is the amount that the top of the wheel either tilts out or in. And you want it pretty close to straight up and down, if not tilting just a tiny bit in. So we will just have the wheel straight and check both sides. That's pretty simple there. And then once all that's done, then we will set the toe in, which is basically just the measurement from this side of the tire and that side of the tire all the way over to the other tire. So both wheels are parallel, but you actually want the front of them towed in just a tiny bit, like 1/8 of an inch at the most. Probably 1/16 is better. And that just helps to keep it from wandering. It kind of forces them to be centered and push against each other just a tiny bit. But if you have too much of that, you can wear your tire out. So how this is all done, and this is going to take a lot of trial and error. There's these two bolts. There's one here and there's one behind. That's the shock, but there's another one back here that keeps this upper A-arm. That's what bolts it down, and they're in slotted holes. So you loosen both of those and you can rotate it this way, and you can also slide it this way, and that's how you do your caster and your camber. And I just got to get both sides the same, and then we'll go from there and see if this even works. In theory it should, but we'll try it and see what kind of results we get. See if they are off. Maybe I got some other wacky problem going on, but we'll give it a try. All right, so I'll show you what I'm doing here. I'm taking measurement. I don't know if you can see. Let's let the camera change. There we go. that bolt right there, I'm hooking the tape over that. It's the rear A-arm bolt. And I'm bringing it out to the edge of the tire, and you probably can't see it, but it's 19.5. So that's how I'm determining how what angle I'm at. And the main thing is that both angles are the same when I take a measurement on each side. And then I'm putting this here, and I don't know if you can see that or not on the camera, but basically it's sitting right at about 1 3/4 degrees. The other side, when I did this, was at 2.5. So that is a difference. I'm going to try to even those up, and then we'll straighten the tires out and check the camber. All right, let's give you an update here. I believe that it did work. At least we adjusted some stuff. I checked the caster. I forget which side was which, but it was off by a couple degrees, and the camber was off by like 2.5, I think. So we do have it all adjusted. Now I'm just working on toe in, and I'll show you what's involved with that. So basically I'm just going to hook the measuring tape on this inner tread groove on that tire, and take it over to the same groove on that tire, and do it on the front of the tire and then on the back side of the tire. And what I want is this measurement on the front of the vehicle to be like a 1/16 of an inch narrower than the measurement on the back, and that means the tires are tilted in on the front just a tiny bit. And how you do that on this vehicle, there's these 2 clamps on each one of these, which is a tie rod, and there's a bolt on the back side here, or a nut I should say. You take those loose, and then these are, you put a pipe wrench on this, and it's like a turnbuckle. It will pull this together and this together at the same time, but you got to look close to know which way to turn it, see which way the threads are going, so you know whether you're going out or in. And so I need to go out on this one because I'm probably about a 1/4, 3/8 of an inch too wide in the back, and we're really narrow in the front, so you don't want it towed in too much or it'll wipe the tires out. So I'm going to do that and then set it down, take it for a drive, and see what it does. All right, we're cruising down the road. We have success. I know it's hard for you to really see, and I don't want to crash here, but you can see that steering wheel's not moving. There is a heavy crown on this road, and I also have a heavy wind from my left. But that is 100% better because it used to just really pull as soon as you started going. So that was a success, I guess. If you're wanting a DIY way to align your vehicle, that is the way to do it. I'm sure it's not 100% perfect, but I mean, for a truck that has almost 432,000 miles on it, I would say that's good enough. So I will catch you later. Thanks for watching.